Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Gabe, back again with something a bit different this time. As you may or may not know, the MLS season is starting this weekend, and I decided to make a MLS fantasy team. And I'm gonna be bringing you guys every week or whenever there's an update of how I do in this fantasy league. If you guys don't know how to play fantasy, it's basically like Ultimate Team except minus the playing and stuff like that. I used to do this a lot before with MLS, with the Premier League, Champions League fantasy teams, but I never really got the time to like complete them. But I think now I do, which is why I'm gonna go ahead and do it this season for the MLS and share it with you guys. So as you can see in this first image, it's just the homepage of the MLS website. And when I started making my team this season for fantasy, the first step, of course, is that you have to pick your players. First, if you don't know how to do it, basically you have a budget of like a certain amount of money, and you have to pick your players based on that budget. You could pick your players from different teams, although like you usually have like a limit of 3 or 4 players per team. For the MLS and for this fantasy league, it is 4 players per team as the maximum. And of course, you have to select your players. And yeah, based on the league and like how it's going, this is the opening match day 1. As you can see, March 6th, LA Galaxy versus Chicago is the first game of the season, followed by some interesting games over the weekend, including Orlando versus New York City at the bottom on March 8th. It's very important that you look at the fixtures of the season so you know which teams your players are going against, see if they could get points. Because if you have like a striker in your team and you know they're up against a team that has a solid defense and a solid goalkeeper, you might as well not play them because chances are he won't score. You won't get any points for that round. And we start with a budget of $120 and $120 million, and we have 18 players to pick. So on average, each player should be worth about 6.6 or 6.7 in the budget. So I picked my initial team, which I'm showing you guys right now. I picked this on Wednesday. I'm recording right now on Thursday, and I'll probably post it later tonight. But on Friday, before the deadline passes, I'm probably going to change it up a little bit one last time. But my initial team consists of Jaime Pinedo and Nick Armando as goalkeepers. I'm not going to go into detail over each and every player in this video. Maybe in the next video I will. But I just want to show a quick overview of my initial lineup for you guys. So like I said, Pinedo from LA Galaxy, solid player. Nick Armando plays for the U.S. national team. Solid goalkeeper also for Real Salt Lake. I could have gone with Bill Hamid from or Hamid, I don't know how to pronounce his name, from DC United. I think he was the best goalkeeper last season, but I'm not really confident about the DC United defense. So if he doesn't have that much cover in front of him, I don't think he's going to do well this season. For defenders though, I did pick one DC United defender just in case. Corb. I got Dan Gargan from LA Galaxy as well. Ramos from Orlando. Vitoria from Philadelphia Union. A little bit expensive, 7.5, but a lot of the experts and analysts have been picking him recently because he apparently is a penalty kick taker as well. So those are a few bonus points I could get during the season. Matt Miazga, young prospect for New York Red Bulls. I think he's going to get some game time this season. And also Ellis from Sporting Kansas City, which is a really solid team. As for my midfields and forwards, I got Rose from Seattle Sounders FC. Probably not going to get as much game time towards the end of the season, but right now that I think Osvaldo Alonso is out, he will be playing a lot. And Seattle Sounders, solid team. They've got Dempsey, they've got Obafemi Martins. So the midfield have a lot of opportunities to like pass to, get assists, get points for my team. I've got Servando Carrasco, married to Alex Morgan from the U.S. Women's National Team. He plays for Sporting Kansas City, good team as well. So I'm going to pick him. He's not a starter, but I think he's going to get some game time considering that Sporting Kansas City is a good team, and I think he's going to have a good season this year. I got Loa from FC Dallas as well. As you can see with the budgets, I've been going with really cheap players just so I could get like a few marquee or expensive players. As you can see with Cronin, under budget from Colorado Rapids. He used to play for San Jose Earthquakes. I like him as a player. I think he'll do well this season. And since like I've been picking cheap players, I had enough money to get Juninho from LA Galaxy. Solid player. Definitely going to be starting for LA Galaxy, even when Steven Gerrard comes in later, halfway through the season. I got Lee Win also from New England Revolution, one of the best players in the MLS, if not the best. Um, he's in form right now, starting to play for the U.S. men's national team. He cost $11, but I think he's definitely worth it. I got the rookie Porter from Montreal Impact as a forward. Only cost $4.5. Probably won't get that much game time, but recently I think he scored a last-minute goal to give Montreal Impact an away goal in the CONCACAF Champions League. So I decided to take a gamble on him. But I've got Brandon Jameson IV from LA Galaxy as well, who I think is going to get a lot of game time considering that Donovan is gone and that Jesse Sardis might be playing in left mid. Nobody knows yet. Got Barrett from Seattle Sounders. Might not get enough game time, but if he does, it would be. I think he's worth the 6.5 price range, considering that he is going to be playing alongside either Dempsey or Martins, and he could get a lot of assists and goals playing with them. And I took another huge gamble getting David Villa from New York City FC for $10 million. I could have gotten other players like Alan Gordon, LA Galaxy, Chris Wondolowski from my local San Jose team, but I did choose to get David Villa. I think, even though I think New York City won't do that well this season, I think David Villa himself will score a lot of goals, probably 20 or something like that, especially when Lampard and maybe even Xavi comes in to give him assists and stuff like that. But that's my initial lineup. My team name San Francisco FC. Favorite team San Jose Earthquakes. After that, for those of you who don't play fantasy, they prompt you to pick your starting lineup. Basically, you just have to select your player from the bench, stuff like that. Select your captain. Your captain usually gets double points. If he gets negative points, though, then you get double negative points. Then you have to save your team before the deadline each time, which for me is tomorrow. And yeah, my initial lineup for match day 1, which I will go over again in my next video if I decide to change it or not, is Pinedo starting in goal up against Chicago at home. Raimondo, I think, is a better goalkeeper, but he's up against Portland away, so that's a bit of a harder game, so I'm going to go with Pinedo instead. And I've got Gargan, Corb. As you can see with my lineup, most of them are home players, except for Ling Win and David Villa. Aside from that, I think I have a pretty solid team. My only problem is that I got 4 LA Galaxy players, although they're a really great team, and I think they're going to do well this season, so I'm fine with that. Aside from that, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys like this video. Comment down below whatever. If you want to start a league, tell me on Twitter or anywhere else. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow with my next video.